Hi you guys, this is Nicole from My Carolina Garden, and I garden in Zone 8B in southeastern North Carolina, and I'd like to welcome you to my front yard June garden tour. Some of the things that have changed since my last garden tour are, I got irrigation. We installed some DIY drip irrigation in the front and backyard, and so I'd like to show you some of the ways that that has been successful and then some of the losses that I have taken because of it. The other thing that I have that I didn't have last time, the Luna Rose Perennial Hibiscus in bloom. This plant is so glorious, and I would like to recommend everybody getting it because I think it's hardy to zone like 3 or 4. There's got so many blooms, the blooms are so big, and it really makes you feel like summer. Up here in my front peninsula garden, I have some things that really anchor this flower bed, like this golden sword yucca in the front, which is an evergreen, and then I have this crepe myrtle here, which is pretty large in size, relatively speaking. Then to the back of the peninsula garden is where the magnolia tree is. But my claim to fame here, the things that I love, are all the colors I have throughout. So just allow me to point out some of the things that are looking gorgeous with their beautiful color right now. I have this Marcus Salvia with its purple here. I have these mums that are just looking great because they just started blooming. But you know, as the heat gets to them, that will certainly change over time. But I have echinacea that's here, and I have a few of the yellow evening primrose left to the back there. In my last garden tour, this entire area back here was filled with those orange daylilies, and you can see they are already gone. Now they'll come back for a second flush, but it just goes to show how much things can change in such a short period of time. And I have so much more going this way. In the back of the peninsula garden, I have the purple elegance lavender, 2 of those right here, and then this is the black and blue salvia, which is gorgeous. It's so wispy and just fun as it blows in the breeze. I love the colors and the height in particular on this salvia. And then coming in this direction, these are all going to be black-eyed Susans, and in the front, in between my 2 of the purple echinacea as well. And then I have even more coneflowers here. This is a red salsa sombrero echinacea, and I love that too. Echinacea is so outstanding when it first comes out because the colors are so rich. I will not get over or ever stop talking about how much I love hibiscus and, again, Luna Rose. As we head in this direction, I have a wonderful mix of reds, pinks, and really purples all tossed in here together. But right here we have some purple asters. This is the Super Trooper Lilac on Purple Dianthus, and so it's just kind of filling up a ground space in here in between all these blanket flowers, which have reseeded themselves kind of all over the place. Back here I have a purple phlox, and hopefully you can see it from there, as well as a rose salvia right there. So lots of different colors between the pinks and the purples, kind of all in this straight line going this direction. And I feel like I really continue that sort of colorful theme in a bunch of these places here, because I have the scabiosa or the pincushion in the purple here, another one of the Super Trooper Dianthus right here, blanket flowers, etc. Here I have the double scoop echinacea bubblegum, and I have a double scoop echinacea raspberry right in front of it. Those are adding my color in here, and then behind me I have some zebra grasses that are adding some height behind me. So I have a lot of different things happening up here, but I feel like everything just looks awesome. These the light pink little buttercup flowers are the twilight primrose. They've been blooming for so long. This is all of what it's leaving behind. So they're almost done right now, but heading in toward this direction with my echinaceas right here. The purple you can see in the front, hopefully, is that more of the creeping verbena. I have that in a few places in my yard, but again, that just adds some additional purple in this area. As we really make our way toward the magnolia magnolia tree, I have a little selection of canna lilies here. My selection of cannas is way better in my backyard, but still it's nice to add some like fresh kind of summery tones. I do have a guara right here. I like this one in particular because it has multicolored foliage and multicolored blooms, because we have a pink mixed with a dark pink on each of these flowers. My daylilies are abundant, and I have even more humongous bunches of this in the backyard, and they've all just been divided up and moved around, and this is just more evidence of that. So clearly these daylilies still in bloom, even though the plain orange ones are already done for now. Being on the outside of the fence line in the area that I'm trying to expand, I have some other fun things happening. Lots of bee activity right here. This is some Joe Pieweed right here, Russian sage, more canna lilies. This is the kind that I have the absolute most of. And then as we head down this direction, I have a crepe myrtle here that was not meant to be quite so hidden, but these tiger lilies have gotten really tall. Tiger lilies clearly not in bloom right now, but they are all budded up, so probably in the next 2 weeks, that's when those unusual orange tiger looking flowers are going to come out. And just ending with the barberry here before we get back to the magnolia tree. I did just want to pop around to the other side of the magnolia tree just to show you what was happening over here. I have some more coneflowers here, and it's kind of funny because they actually were supposed to be the Cheyenne Spirit, which was going to be that gorgeous mix of warm tones like the red, orange, yellow, and when they opened up, they were white. It's okay, I love coneflowers anyway, but still, it's kind of funny how you can get things that are mislabeled like that. This is just the backside view of daylilies, of course. Over here, more of that trailing verbena. It has done really well for me in my yard, so it is just a lot of long-lasting color. And then as we go back a little further, part of my spring plant garden haul was the Artemisia. First time I ever had that. I have 2 of the silvers. They are looking so good. Silver brocade, or I think that's how you say it, but it is already expanding here and here, which I just love. This was the purple phlox that I didn't know if you can see that well coming straight in from the other side of the flower bed. And then this one is, what is it called? New Dimension Rose Salvia. So we have some little pretty pink and purple combination here on this. So loving the way that all of these colors are really coming together. And I feel like that's what makes this flower bed so dynamic. It is partially also the height of what I have here, the differing heights, the differing textures, but the colors I feel like are, the best part. If you've been with me for a little while, you might recognize this little scene as we head to my front door and my front porch area. This pot right here has existed just like this, and what we simply do is when the temperatures get too cold, probably around November, we wheel this pot inside the house on a hand truck and just put it inside, not really being fussy about what kind of light it gets throughout the winter. I have some dipladenia in the front and snake plants in the back, and then once the temperature stays consistently above 50 degrees in the spring, we bring it right back. Well, the really awesome thing is being able to overwinter dipladenia. The dipladenia, because it is a tropical style plant, and it likes its warm temperatures, keeping it inside in the winter does not make it lose its leaves, so it does not shock like that. And then when it comes back out, you can see that you start getting new flowers. So I'm super thrilled about this, because even though this is the first flower that I see on the plant, I have so many buds all over this plant that this is going to be a huge burst of color welcoming people again toward the front door. And then on this side of me is the lantana. The lantana is a perennial shrub for me, and all these gorgeous flowers that it has are just wonderful. So the shrub is getting larger. That means more and more blooms. So this is usually a very colorful area. Leaving the side of the porch right there, I have my little lime punch hydrangea. So this is the first summer that this will be with me, because I planted it in the fall. So seeing all these flowers begin to come up on it, oh, that's the most exciting thing. Beneath that, I have the trailing verbena in pink. And so as long as I keep that baby deadheaded, I hope to see pink going consistently throughout the entire growing season. And then this little baby is another new one since the garden tour last time. And this is the Illusion, what is it called? This is the Mystic Illusion Dahlia. So we have the yellow bloom here and the dark colored foliage. So having this flower in front of my dark colored loropetalum is like a little ray of sunshine. So then right in front of my hydrangea, I have a few things happening. This is where I want to talk about some irrigation. So first I have the Purple Elegance lavender right there, and I love it. It's looking strong. It's looking awesome. I have my double scoop bubblegum echinacea here. It's looking a little raggedy, a little tired right now, just because it's already been in bloom. So I got to keep that baby deadheaded to promote new growth and new blooms on it. Now, here's my problem. I have a Grace Ward Lithidora here, and I had one right here. Very quickly, during the time that we did our irrigation and we were keeping an eye on things to see how it was doing with the water, this baby kind of like exited the game. Just like fried up and was gone in like a split second. Whereas this one that's right here stayed beautifully. Now the Lithidora isn't like a huge dynamic, you know, mega plant, but its sweet, delicate blue flowers were still a little feature that I enjoyed having here. This one is gone, this one is here, and then I have two more in front of a rock over there that also just fried up like instantaneously. And I couldn't tell what the problem was here because the way that the tubing goes underneath, they both should have been getting the same amount of water. So here's the thing for me though. I like to have plentiful gardens full of lots of things, but I like all the things that I have to be easy to care for plants. If they are too fussy, I really don't even want them because it's too much. It's too much responsibility for one particular thing. That's just not my jam. So I'm not sure if I even wanted the Lithidora if it was going to be so picky anyway. The kaleidoscope Abelia shrubs are looking awesome, of course. They're just easy to care for. The foliage color changes are great. And the diamond spire gardenia, I had said I was having problems with yellowing leaves at the start of, I guess it was really spring, and now I don't even have those problems anymore. So I don't know, maybe we're in the clear. Maybe the irrigation is helping it be more consistent. I'm not sure, but so far so good with the gardenia. It was a hot tour today. Oh my. So I enjoyed showing you the things that are looking beautiful in my front gardens, and boy oh boy, wait until I get to the back garden tour because I have so many great things back there. Thank you so much for watching though, and as always, happy planting.